had 8 different roles in 6 different companies, changed careers 4 times, and experienced burnout in almost all of those roles until Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Yasmin.
And I'm Nadia.
If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and the bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video on how to transform your life from stressed and unfulfilled to joyful and balanced. Until we changed ourselves, Yasmin and I kept on experiencing burnout, except for the last few roles we had where we gained awareness of how we were attracting and creating burnout in our lives. If you are someone who has changed your job role but you keep on experiencing burnout, today we're going to share with you why that probably is. The first reason is because you believe success should be painful or a struggle. You may find that no matter what position you've held or wherever you've gone, you've only ever achieved success through struggle, and you've never experienced success or achievement with some level of ease. This may be because you are attached to the idea that success requires struggle. If you've brought into phrases such as no pain, no gain, nothing worth having comes easy, and suffering is the sacrifice you make for greatness, even if you go into an environment where the culture is quite relaxed and balanced, you'll probably still find yourself struggling your way to success because your beliefs create your reality. Instead, try to find examples and reflect on times in your life where you have been able to achieve progress and success without so much struggle and sacrifice. Because success can also be achieved through loving what you do, inspiration and joy. You can either be pulled towards your goals or push yourself towards them. The choice is yours. The second reason is because you may be taking your same type A behaviour patterns with you to your new job. If you are a person with the typical type A behaviours of excessive drive, impatience and a habitual sense of urgency, then changing jobs is very unlikely to make a difference in your levels of stress or likelihood of burnout. This is because you have a pattern and a habit of overworking, rushing around frantically to get everything done, and living in a state of constant stress. So unless you change the way you are literally wired, changing environments is only going to help you so much. Rather than just changing jobs, you will therefore also need to rewire your body and your nervous system to not be in a constantly stressed and a high alert state, which means you'll have to start incorporating activities that keep you calm and relaxed, while also working on the beliefs and mindset that makes you want to overachieve, push yourself harder and harder, and always set yourself unreasonably high expectations. Only once you do this inner work and change the way you are being internally will there be long-term effects on what you're doing externally. The third reason is because you always pick stress-enabling jobs. Although the source of stress, overworking and burnout is usually within the person, another reason that you may be changing jobs and still finding yourself burnt out is because you always pick stress-enabling jobs that trigger your overworking tendencies and behaviours. For many people like us, you may have experienced a lot of chaos, stress and pressure in childhood. You may have witnessed conflict in the family home and therefore be wired in such a way that your system is used to highs and lows, risk and excitement. As a result of these chaotic childhoods, we are drawn to environments like high-pressure jobs that reflect a similar environment to that which we experienced during childhood. They are familiar to us. You may consciously or subconsciously pick jobs that have huge targets, have constant to-do lists and set unrealistic expectations, reflecting the chaos that you've always been used to. Observe your lifestyle and behaviours without judgment to see whether you are consistently attracting and creating similar environments wherever you go. Then look at adjusting some values and priorities. If you notice you are valuing high pressure and hard work, try perhaps to start to prioritise balance, focusing on valuing presence, well-being and free time. When you value these things, you are more likely to pick jobs that prioritise staff welfare over workaholic culture. The fourth reason is because you continue with your poor boundaries or people-pleasing behaviours. If you continue to people-please, say yes to every request, and strive endlessly to be the star employee, then you're likely to have the same problem of being burnt out and overworked in the next job you go to. Whatever job you next go into, if you do not learn to prioritise your well-being by having strong, clear boundaries and telling your employer or employees when you feel at full capacity, the same thing is going to happen again. You have to learn your own limits and learn how to express them so your boundaries are not constantly being overstepped and you're not being pushed all the time beyond your limits, so you're constantly working from a state of stress. It's important to establish your responsibilities at the outset of any new job you go to, so you're clear on what you should be doing and whether you're carrying too much or picking up the slack of others. In order to limit the risk of burnout in your new role, it's important to keep your well-being at the forefront of your mind at all times. This will prevent you from pushing yourself too much, taking on more responsibility than you should be, or saying yes to requests that are going to throw you off balance. The fifth reason is because your work is used as an escapism. If your conscious or subconscious purpose for doing work is actually an attempt to distract yourself from some unresolved psychological problems or used as an escapism from focusing on your reality, then no matter where you go, that behavioural pattern will follow you. It is not the environment that is to blame. The internal unresolved issues need to be addressed. Brian Robinson explains in his book Chained to the Desk that people are using their jobs as an anaesthetic to relieve emotional pain. He explains that people use their work to help them forget about their worries, boost their self-esteem, and find comfort and safety. If this resonates with you, then it's important to ask yourself, what need is my work fulfilling for me? Is there an internal need that the process of working satisfies? You need to identify whether the need to overwork is coming from a toxic place or a healthy place. If it's coming from a toxic place, i.e. to boost your self-esteem, distract you from your problems, or compensate for a feeling of lack of self-worth, those are the issues that need to be addressed rather than just diving into your work as a distraction. For us, it was only when we gained awareness that success in our work was overcompensating for a lack of feeling of self-worth that we had due to our childhood trauma that we were actually able to do the inner work, the shadow work, to heal from that and create peace and balance. We'll link our free Burnout to Balance masterclass below, which goes more into our story and how we use shadow work to overcome our workaholic behaviours, burnout and childhood trauma. That's it for today, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe and comment. And until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.